Here is something I wrote a while ago. Practice being calm in different emotional states. The good and the bad. A lot of people tell you you need to balance yourself when you are angry, upset, etc. But really, with any emotion, even the good, even when you're happy, you need to feel content. Even when you're happy, you need to find that balance. Because the body doesn't understand good and bad. Good and bad is subjective to the mind. But the reaction the body gives you is the same. So when you are angry, your heart is racing. Or when you are happy, your heart is racing. When you're nervous, your heart is racing, sweaty palms. When you are excited, same thing. Nervousness, same reaction. This is why you need to find the balance when you are feeling good or feeling bad. So practice, because, I can tell you that this is what we need to do, but is it as easy as it's said? No, of course, it needs practice. I mean, I find it sometimes difficult to not punch people in the face. But, I kind of like have to compose myself and find reason, find peace, remember that I am put in these situations or these challenges, or even wins, victories in a certain way in time as a test, or as a even okay, so here's the thing. Even when you are when you want something, when you're celebrating something, good news come to you. When that happens, you find yourself wanting to go over the top, celebrate, jump. It's all good. I mean, you can be, I'm not telling you to not, celebrate or feel happy or excited or be loud and laugh your ass off, but you need to be mindful of the emotions that you are reacting with. Because like I said, the body does not understand the difference between good and bad. It just understands reaction. And like I said, nervousness is the other side of the spectrum from excitement. So the reaction you get from excitement is the same as nervousness. And this is why when I tell people you need to be mindful of the words you use when you are expressing yourself. Instead of saying I'm nervous, say I'm excited, because to the body it's the same thing. But to the mind it's different, you see. So you want to have your nervous system at peace and calmness at all times if possible. Because I know it's hard. It's very hard. It's not easy. But this is the optimal and ideal situation you aim to have in your body, within yourself. So when you find yourself receiving good news, just be humble with that. And this is why being humble pays off. This is why being humble is so refreshing to see in a person, because a lot of people are reactive to their reaction, so they express it in reactiveness. But when a person is like humble, even in the most celebrative and precious moments, you're like, wow, very inspiring, because it gives you the calmness of their nervous system, and it gives you like a safe space. So aim to be calm and content, whether it's good or bad. A lot of people focus when it's bad, but it's also when it's good. This saying when people say, oh my God, I laughed so much, there must be like some bad thing around the corner. It's because okay, besides the fact that you shouldn't say that, but to apply it to what I'm saying, the reason why you expect something bad to happen after you've had such a good time is because your reactive system is such on a hype note that anything lower than that can bring you down. See what I mean? So the highs and the lows, you need to be mindful of that, because when you find that balance between the two, you find steadiness. And obviously, sometimes you cannot control yourself, and it's okay. Even if you are mindful of yourself, you're trying to be calm, you're trying to be content, and you cannot do it, it's okay. As long as you have awareness attached to that. If you have awareness attached to that, doesn't matter if you succeed or not. The awareness is enough for you to strengthen the practice. So, and here's another important factor here. When you find yourself not succeeding, you could shame yourself, guilt yourself, not forgive yourself, be harsh on yourself. No. You need to be able to forgive yourself, because you're human. Okay? You do your best, and the best is the best that you can do. You can't do more than that. So do your best. Be mindful. Don't be afraid to be mindful, because you want to avoid the emotions of disappointment and guilt. And that's all self-inflicted, okay? So practice mindfulness. Practice being content in different emotional states. And I know it's harder for those that have a lot of water placement and a lot of fire placements. I know, but it's no excuse for you to not practice and be better. This is your challenge. I understand it will be challenging. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. But remember, the more challenging it is, the stronger you get. So if you eventually succeed in containing your reactive system, the stronger you will be, okay? So if you find yourself that you're struggling the most in calming yourself down or being content with certain emotions, good or bad, and then at some point in your life you succeed in containing that heart race, that sweatiness, that nervousness, even intrusive thoughts perhaps, the moment you become the master of that, you're winning at life. And it's okay to have setbacks. It's okay to have moments where you fall off the wagon, as they say. But it's good to just forgive yourself and do better. Do better next time. Remember, you are human. And as perfect you are in design, you want to have skills that you can master to a better life. And when I say perfect, yes, perfect, but does it need mastering? I mean, you can buy the most beautiful, best car in the world. Like you can buy the most expensive car ever, and it's perfect. It drives well. It's more than driving well. It's beautifully designed, perfect design, the best yet. But you have to be able to drive it. That is, if you want to be in control of it. Obviously, there are self-drive cars. Yeah, you can do that. But then, what's the point of you being in the car? You know what I mean? If the car can drive itself, why are you in it? To reach a destination? Okay, but you and I know that you didn't drive there. You see what I mean? So I'm using the car analogy because I see the body as a vehicle. And if you start to treat the body as almost like a separate entity from who you are as a soul, then you see it in an objective way, see it in a way where you can work with it and not identify as if you are it, because you're not it. You are using it. You are borrowing it. This body is just a vehicle, a car, a box for what's inside. And inside is not your organs, I mean your soul. So mastering the body and its reactive system is what will repel you or make you the person that you aim to be, or make you the person or express the soul through this embodiment or this body, let's say. Okay? Just food for thought. So just to recap, happy news, that is the same as I just wanted to add that. I think it's very expressive, and you can feel it like same thing. Feel it in your heart, same thing. If your heart races, it races the same thing, whether it's good or bad, nervous or excited, same thing. Put it in practice, see for yourself. So when you receive good news, you want to be like, thank you. And feel it genuinely in your heart, being thankful and grateful for that. Yes, thank you. This is great news. This makes me really happy. But it doesn't have to be. That's no good. Trust, no good. Same thing when you're angry, like, I don't know, like, I'm a class clown, so go with it, okay? Even if you're angry, you're like, I want to fucking punch this person. Your heart is like pumping, adrenaline spiking. But if you try like, this person is getting on my nerve, breathe. Breathe. And even try to get it out of your system. If you find yourself beyond the point of staying calm, you're like almost like getting shakiness of whatever emotion you're feeling, just release it in the sense of like just almost like shake it out of your body, and you will feel like a sudden reset. Try to, the moment it resets, try to calm down from that. And obviously remove yourself from situations where you feel like people are getting on your nerves or people are making you angry. Because if you find yourself in those moments and you stick around, you will still recycle the energy of negativity. Same thing with people around you. When you're celebrating and people around you are like, jumping around, you will find yourself being contagious of that, because the energy transmutes, the energy transfers is what I mean to say. It transfers from one person to the next. And it's okay to be around positivity, but you have to be in control of yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't jump around and have fun. Do that, for fuck's sake. Yes, do that. From time to time is good. But don't get try not to live your life in highs and lows, because when you hit highs, there are lows. And when you come from a high to a low, it hits hard. Okay? But if your life is stable and it goes, it goes to the middle ground again. Or you know what I mean? This is how your nervous system stays in a safe space. Your nervous system is basically how you perceive reality. If you protect your nervous system, you're winning at life. And like I said, it's okay to have the but it's important to aim for the balance. The balance is always key. Balance, balance. Your emotions, balance your reaction. Balance whether it's good or bad. I'll leave you with that. Take care. I'll see you soon.